For 1400 years, the struggle between Arab and Persian civilizations has shaped the Middle East. Empires rose and fell, millions died, and the conflict is far from over. Two great civilizations, two rival powers. One fought under the banner of Islam, the other under the banner of Persian identity. Their battle for dominance never truly ended. This is the story of Arab kingdoms versus Iran, from the 7th century conquest to today's battlefield, the complete history. Before the Arab conquest, the Sasanian Empire was one of the world's superpowers. Ruling from Mesopotamia to Central Asia, it rivaled Rome and Byzantium. Persian civilization was at its zenith. In 633 AD, Arab Muslim armies, united under the Rashidun Caliphate, crossed into Persian territory. The conquest of Iran had begun. The decisive Battle of Al-Qadisiyah in 637 AD shattered the Sasanian army. Persian resistance collapsed. The Arab forces pushed toward the capital Ctesiphon. The last Sasanian king, Yazdegerd III, was killed in 651 AD. The Persian Empire fell. Iran came under Arab rule for the first time in its history. The Arab conquerors offered local populations three choices: convert to Islam, accept Muslim rule by paying the jizya tax, or resist and face death or enslavement. Initially, Arabs did not try to convert Iranians to Islam. They saw Islam as an Arab religion meant for themselves. The Umayyad Caliphate, based in Damascus, ruled with an Arab supremacist ideology. They believed only pure-blooded Arabs deserved to rule. Non-Arabs were treated as second-class citizens. The Umayyads imposed the Arabic language on administrative tribunals. Persian was banned from official use. The suppression was often violent. The scholar Abu Rihan al-Biruni recorded that Arab armies killed everyone who could speak the Khwarezmian language, leaving only those who could not read or write. An entire culture was erased. Three groups emerged: genuine converts to Islam, mostly followers of Ali's family who were dissatisfied with Umayyad rule, secret dissenters who pretended to be Muslim, and those who remained in their ancestral religion, waiting for an opportunity to free themselves. The Abbasid revolution, fueled by Persian resentment against Arab supremacy, overthrew the Umayyads. The new caliphate moved its capital to Baghdad. Persian influence within the Islamic Empire increased dramatically. Under the Abbasids, Persian scholars, administrators, and viziers rose to positions of power. Persian culture deeply influenced Islamic civilization, but the underlying ethnic tensions never disappeared. By the 9th century, the Abbasid Caliphate weakened. Independent Persian dynasties emerged: the Tahirids, Safavids, and Samanids. Iran was no longer ruled directly by Arabs, but the sectarian divide was deepening. The Safavid dynasty established Shia Islam as Iran's state religion. This created a permanent religious divide between Shia Iran and its Sunni Arab neighbors. For 2 centuries, the Shia Safavids and Sunni Ottoman Empire fought devastating wars. The Arab lands of Iraq and Syria became battlegrounds. The religious schism became a political one. Throughout this period, Iran clashed with Arab tribes and kingdoms along the Persian Gulf. The strategic islands of Abu Musa, Greater Tunb, and Lesser Tunb became flashpoints. The dispute continues today. By the 19th century, both Iran and the Arab world were under increasing European influence. British and Russian empires dominated the region. The rivalry between Iran and its Arab neighbors was temporarily overshadowed by colonialism. The 1979 Iranian Revolution changed everything. Ayatollah Ruhollah Khomeini declared Iran's mission to export its revolution across the Islamic world. Arab monarchies, particularly Saudi Arabia, felt directly threatened. Khomeini criticized the Saudi monarchy, saying they were unfit to be custodians of the 2 holy places of Islam, Mecca and Medina. The Saudis were deeply antagonized. Iran began supporting groups across the region who wished to change the status quo. Hezbollah in Lebanon, Shia militias in Iraq, and later the Houthis in Yemen. For Saudi Arabia, this was an existential threat. When Saddam Hussein's Iraq invaded Iran in 1980, most Arab states supported Iraq. They saw the war as a chance to crush the revolutionary Iranian regime. The brutal conflict killed over 1 million people. After Khomeini's death in 1989, tensions eased temporarily. But the 2003 US invasion of Iraq reignited the rivalry. Iran and Saudi Arabia found themselves supporting opposing sides in Iraq's civil war. WikiLeaks released diplomatic cables revealing that Saudi King Abdullah had repeatedly urged the United States to strike Iran's nuclear capabilities. He reportedly told Americans to cut off the head of the snake. In 2016, Saudi Arabia executed a prominent Shia cleric. Protesters attacked the Saudi embassy in Iran. Riyadh severed diplomatic relations. The two regional powers were now officially at odds. In September 2019, Iranian-made drones and cruise missiles struck Saudi oil facilities at Abqaiq and Kurais. The attack temporarily halved Saudi oil production. The Houthis claimed responsibility, but UN investigations suggested they were not involved. After 2019, Saudi Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman realized that regional instability threatened his Vision 2030 economic transformation plan. He needed investor confidence and regional stability. In April 2021, Saudi and Iranian foreign ministers met in Baghdad for talks. Back-channel dialogue opened. The thaw had begun. In March 2023, Saudi Arabia and Iran signed a Chinese-brokered normalization deal in Beijing. They agreed to reopen embassies and resume diplomatic relations. It was hailed as a historic breakthrough. The rapprochement deepened. Saudi and Iranian military forces held joint drills. Diplomatic initiatives flourished. For the first time in decades, the two rivals were cooperating. On February 28, 2026, the United States and Israel launched their massive strike on Iran. The rapprochement was shattered. Saudi Arabia found itself caught between its new Iranian friends and its old American allies. Reports emerged suggesting Saudi Arabia had lobbied Trump to attack Iran. Riyadh swiftly denied this. Academic contacts expressed deep skepticism that the Saudis had pushed for war. Iran struck back. A drone hit the US embassy in Riyadh. An oil processing plant at Ras Tanura was targeted. 2 people were killed in Al-Kaj city near a US airbase. The war spread across the Gulf. Iranian missiles struck US bases in Saudi Arabia. Drones targeted Kuwait International Airport, damaging its radar. The port of Salalah in Oman was attacked. The UAE intercepted incoming projectiles. On March 28, 2026, exactly 1 month after the first strikes, the Houthis officially entered the war. They launched ballistic missiles targeting sensitive Israeli military sites in southern Israel. The Houthi movement emerged in the 1990s as a Zaidi Shia revivalist group. Iran gradually shaped them into a Yemeni version of Hezbollah. Light weapons were smuggled in, then cash, then advanced missiles. After the weakening of Iran's proxies in Lebanon and Syria, the Houthis are now the last major member of Iran's axis of resistance, still capable of influencing the regional agenda. Iran effectively closed the Strait of Hormuz, through which 1/5 of global oil supplies pass. Approximately 20,000 seafarers remain stranded. Oil prices surged past $100 per barrel. An Iranian attack struck Prince Sultan Air Base in Saudi Arabia, wounding at least 12 US service members. 2 were seriously injured. The base is run by the Royal Saudi Air Force, but also hosts US troops. The Gulf states now face a dilemma. They had built a rapprochement with Iran. They rely on the US for security, but now they are being drawn into a war they never wanted. Some analysts say America has abandoned them. Some analysts argue that this war should push Arab states to finally reset relations with Iran and reduce reliance on the US. Others warn that Iran's decision to bomb its neighbors will make it very difficult to rebuild trust. Over 1,500 Iranians have died. At least 13 US service members have been killed. Dozens of civilians in Gulf states have lost their lives. The cost of 400 years of conflict is still being paid. For 400 years, the question has remained, can Arabs and Persians coexist as equals? The history of conquest, suppression and rivalry suggests otherwise. But the brief rapprochement showed another path was possible. The story of Arab kingdoms versus Iran is not over. It is being written right now. With every missile, every diplomatic move, every life lost, history will judge what happens next. From the sands of Qadisiyah in 633 AD to the shores of Hormuz in 2026, from the Umayyad suppression to the Beijing deal, the Arab-Persian conflict has shaped the Middle East for 14 centuries. This documentary is based on academic sources including Encyclopedia Iranica, Cambridge University Press, The Conversation, and news reports from Reuters, AP, BBC, Times of India, and Al Majalla. Follow Echoes of Time for more history documentaries. Subscribe so you never miss a chapter.